Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me today. I will be talking about Microsoft Loop and how we can leverage it in project management. But let's start with fundamental truths. The success of any project depends on communication. According to Project Management Institute, 56% of projects fail because of poor communication. And that's a significant figure. And according to Microsoft World Trade Index, 64% of professionals struggling with having time and energy to manage their workloads effectively. That's where Microsoft Loop steps in. So what exactly is Microsoft Loop? Microsoft Loop is a collaboration tool that redefines how project teams work together. Imagine a shared single space for your entire project. That's what Microsoft Loop offers. Now let's shift over to my laptop and dive into a practical demonstration. I will walk you through on how we can effectively use Microsoft Loop in project management, giving you a real-time view of its capabilities and features. Let's get started. Microsoft Loop is available to everyone with their work account. To access the full Loop app features, users with work accounts will need to have one of the following Microsoft 365 plans: Microsoft 365 Business Standard, Microsoft 365 Business Premium, Microsoft 365 E3, and Microsoft 365 E5. If you have one of these plans, then you can simply need to go to 365, go to App Launcher, and you will be able to see Microsoft Loop here. So users with their personal accounts can also get access to Loop. So simply go to loop.microsoft.com and click Get Started. Before we deep dive into Microsoft Loop, let's explain three elements of Loop. The first one is Loop Component. Loop components are the building blocks of the Loop app, allowing you and your team to collaborate on a Loop page or different applications for real-time work. Once it's created and shared, it will sync the progress everywhere that you have shared them. The second element is Loop Page. Loop pages are flexible canvases allowing you to create different Loop components such as lists, tasks, or add images and templates and bring your team to collaborate. Like Loop components, Loop pages can also be shared with others. And the third one is Loop Workspaces. These are dedicated workspaces for your projects where you can bring all your project-related work and team members. These communal spaces allow your team to view and categorize project elements, making it easy for everyone to stay updated and track progress towards project goals. Let's get back to Loop app again. Here I will explain step-by-step instructions on how to use Loop on your projects. While the steps outlined for using Microsoft Loop in project management provide a structured approach, they are not strictly sequential. You have the flexibility to follow them in order to adapt as needed based on your project's unique requirements. The key is to leverage the features of Microsoft Loop in a way that best supports your project management process. So, this step one, we need to set up a new workspace. So by default, we have a workspace called Get Started. I will go ahead and delete that and create a new workspace. To create a new workspace, whether you can come here and click plus button or you can come here and say new workspace and name your new workspace. I recommend naming your workspace accordingly because if you have multiple projects, you can create multiple workspaces, right? So here I will just call Power Apps Project. Create. Once you create workspace, now it's time to set up your Loop components and Loop pages. So on the top right side, you see the logged in user. If you click ellipses, it will show you these options. To invite your team members, you can share your workspace with your team members. So click share option and you will see three different options here. If you don't want to share your workspace with everyone, you can share the specific loop page or component, and their access will be limited to the specific component. On the left navigation bar, you see the first untitled loop page. So here you can start creating and naming your loop pages. I'm going to call the first page initiation process group. So when I usually start project, this is the first process group that I start with. So, and I also like adding icons here. I'm gonna flag it so that I can easily differentiate different loop pages. If you use waterfall project management approach, you can create different pages for each process group, such as the first one we have initiation. We can create the new page and call it planning. And here I would like to add another icon. I will just choose this one so you can easily see which process groups we are in currently. And under each page we can create also sub page. For example, I will go ahead and call this project charter, and we can create the second sub page and call it stakeholder register, and so on. The important feature here, we can leverage template gallery, and in the template gallery you can see we have so many options. For initiation project group, you can start from the project brief template. So all you need, just update the content here. For example, what's the overview of your project, what are the goals of your project, include team members, and so on. And for each page that we create, we can add different loop components. Simply typing the /, a menu bar next to it will pop up. You can see here, these are the options. You can add table, checklist, bulleted list, numbered list, and so on. You can also change the text styles. You can bring templates here. You can bring media, and you can connect with different applications. Let's say we want to create RAC chart. You can select the table from the list and customize it. You can also export the table to Excel. For example, let's select table, click here and export to Excel, and we will be able to download and see the Excel file. One of the benefits of using Loop in the project management is its ability to embed Microsoft Planner as a Loop component that will allow project teams to track their project tasks in a shared workspace. Microsoft Planner is a lightweight project task management tool that can be used to create project plans and assigning tasks to a team member and track the team's progress. So how we can bring Microsoft Planner inside Microsoft Loop? It's very simple. Again, I like categorizing the information. I'm gonna create another sub page and I will call it task management. To bring project planner inside Microsoft Loop, step 1, go to Planner app and create a plan if you don't have one. Then copy the URL for that plan from your browser. Then come back to Loop app and paste the URL, the page you want to. So here all I need, just copy and paste, and now you can see the planner inside the Microsoft Loop. Here again, if you want, you can copy the component and share with the team members, and the team members that already have access to Workspace, they will be able to see this. Whether you are making updates in Microsoft Planner or within the Planner component in the Loop app, the changes will synchronize, displaying the most recent content. For example, if I come here and say, now let's come back to Planner, and if I refresh, and you will see the update here. Similarly, if you are working within the Planner component and the team member is working directly in Planner, those of you will be able to see each other's updates in real time. Please note that Planner is not available for use with personal accounts. Your account should be associated with a business or educational institution and has access to Planner. Additionally, if your project scope is medium to large, and if you use DevOps tools, you can also bring that. So for example, I'll create another subpage and call this DevOps. And if you click / and scroll down, you will see other apps, and you can click Jira and Trello, and this way you will embed the Jira URL inside Microsoft Loop. Notification made either in Loop or in Jira website and Trello.com will be synchronized almost instantly. Users can also create Loop components inside Outlook and Teams. To create a Loop component on Outlook, go to the message at the top and extend Loop components drop down. So you can see these are the options that you can use. For example, let's say you can add checklist here. If you want to add your colleagues, you can mention their name here, for example. Task list, and you can just tag the team member and they will receive that, and you can see already their name or email address added here. Now everyone in the chat can see the Loop component and edit in real time. The components that you created are stored and automatically saved to your OneDrive. You can find them in office.com in addition to Teams. It's recommended, again, naming your Loop components to easily search and find them. Additionally, you can also create Loop component inside the Teams chat. So to do that, go to Loop icon, click and select any Loop component you want and add some content. For example, project plan, and hit send. Now everyone in the chat can see the Loop component and edit in real time. During its public preview phase, the Microsoft Loop app is being offered free of charge for personal Microsoft accounts. Here are the limitations that you should consider. Size of Loop workspaces. Maximum size limits for each Loop workspace is 5 GB. Workspaces created by one user. That means each user can create up to 5 workspaces. And the number of members of workspaces. Each Loop workspace can have a maximum of 50 members. To summarize, Loop can be very beneficial to both project managers and project teams to collaborate efficiently and streamline their day-to-day work in a single application. Hope this was helpful. If you liked it, please subscribe for more Microsoft 365 and Power Platform tips and tricks for project managers. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.